students on campus here, specifically like students from marginalized communities, aren't gonna shy away or hide.
Tonight on the Northwestern News Report, yet another It's Okay to Be White sticker on campus. We sit down with one student leading a counter movement.
The holy month of Ramadan has just begun. We'll show you how Northwestern students are coming together to celebrate.
And embrace your purple pride. Northwestern women's lacrosse takes home a big win.
Those stories and more tonight on the Northwestern News Report.
It's your news right now.
Good evening and welcome to the Northwestern News Report. I'm Alexa McHale.
And I'm Bryce Wilcoxon. We start with another racist message discovered on campus. This time, it was seemingly more personal. Caitlin Boudreau is in the studio with the latest. Caitlin?
That's right. Last Tuesday during our show, officials say a student realized they forgot their computer in the garage and came back looking for it. They found hidden inside their laptop sleeve a sticker still attached to the paper backing that read, "It's okay to be white." The slogan, now all too familiar on our campus, has been associated with white nationalists since as early as 2001. This discovery comes after 2 stickers and a handwritten note with the same message were discovered across South Campus, and a rope tied into a noose was discovered in the Henry Cron Sports Pavilion, all in just the past few weeks. Administrators put out a statement on Northwestern Now the day after this most recent discovery, condemning the incident. They added it to a list of other statements condemning the 4 other hate crimes on our campus, but did not send out a campus-wide email as they have for other events. Now, we reached out to school administration for more information on this incident, and they said they don't have any updates on the investigation. No word yet about the student who found the sticker or whether that person was specifically targeted. For now, the school says it's doing everything it can to find whoever is responsible. If you find another sticker, report it to University Police. Back to you, Alexa.
Thanks, Caitlin. In response to the stickers, one student took the issue into his own hands and his own wardrobe. Sophomore Adam Mahoney posted a picture on social media of him wearing a shirt that says, quote, "It's not okay to be white." He said he's received positive reaction from students, with some even asking to order a shirt of their own. NNN's Olivia Olander sat down with Mahoney to discuss the shirt and the stickers.
What do you hope that people will get from the shirt? What impact do you hope that it has?
Honestly, I don't see it having a real tangible impact on any race relations or anything on this campus. I just wore it as a statement, because that's what the stickers are meant to be doing. I know that there's people who have co-opted the message have used those stickers to show that the left or liberals are cupcakes and they'll find anything offensive. So I was just wearing the shirt to see if anyone thought that statement was offensive as well. My message behind it is just students on campus here, specifically students from marginalized communities, aren't gonna shy away or hide.
Do you think that Northwestern in general is an accepting, tolerant, safe place for people of color?
I would say it is, but that is not because of any actions by the administrative of creating a campus that's safe for students. I feel like it's all done by students who are doing the work to create communities where they feel comfortable and where they can relate to other students and have spaces where they feel safe. But I don't think administrators have done anything in building that space.
What do you think the university can do at this point to kind of help this issue in any way?
First off, listening to students, specifically Black students. We've had the same demands on this campus for 51 years, and most of them have not been met. I was looking at the demands from the Bursars takeover a couple days ago, and it's really crazy because it's the exact same demands that students are having today.
We'll have an extended version of that interview on our Facebook and Twitter. Look for us at NNN_news.
A former Northwestern freshman pleaded not guilty last week to sexually assaulting an 18-year-old student on campus back in March. We want to warn you, this story contains details some might find upsetting. Scott Thomas was arrested last quarter after witnesses saw him outside University Library allegedly assaulting a freshman who he met at a soccer party. A judge asked video of the incident not be made public to protect the victim. Thomas was released to his family in New Jersey after he was expelled from Northwestern. He's currently free on bond. He'll be back in court at the end of the month.
Plans for next year's temporary Black House location will be announced next week. The current Black House location on Sheridan Road is scheduled to be renovated from July of this summer through the fall of 2020. Recently, a resolution circulated among students calling for more student autonomy in running the Black House. We'll keep you updated as plans develop.
If you need a ride tomorrow, you might think twice about using Uber or Lyft. Rideshare drivers from both apps plan to strike around the country tomorrow to protest poor wages and poor employee benefits. Drivers in Chicago will be off the clock for 24 hours. Both companies have created plans to provide long-term drivers better benefits. Still, workers fear the companies will avoid paying out those benefits by classifying drivers as contractors instead of full-time employees.
On Saturday, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker announced his long-anticipated bill to legalize recreational marijuana. Under the proposal, people aged 21 and older could have up to 30 grams of the plant and could grow up to 5 plants at home. The plan would also clear nearly 1 million people convicted of low-level drug crimes. There are only 4 weeks left in this current legislative session for Pritzker's bill to pass.
Last week, Vice President for Student Affairs Patricia Tejas Irvin sent an email out to students reiterating the university's commitment to student wellness. According to the email, the university is developing new initiatives while also improving current services. These services include the creation of the Student Wellbeing Task Force, plans to increase CAP's clinical staff, and developments to the Northwestern-designed Breathe app. She signed off the email saying she is heartened to see students supporting one another.
Want to fit in a class about feminism or gender this quarter even if you're not enrolled? One Northwestern group is promoting feminist education by letting students try out the class they never got to take. Generation Action, a club backed by Planned Parenthood, is hosting the series of lectures this month. The 6 lectures in Harris Hall focus on reproductive health and its intersections. They're all excerpts from popular classes taught at NU. The first lecture about gender and law was hosted by Professor Joanna Grinzinger. An exec member from the club said the goal is to take learning out of our own major and into the rest of the world.
Into, whatever political activism or whatever civic engagement that they have in their own lives, and being able to take that knowledge from these amazing professors that are at our school.
The next lecture is from the class Marriage 101. That'll take place Friday at 1 p.m. in Harris Hall.
Northwestern is encouraging its faculty and grad students to create more welcoming environments for students of color through sketch comedy. The workshop titled Cuts, Responding to Student Climate Concerns, was held Monday in Norris. Actors put on skits showing typical classroom conversations, then encouraged discussion about how the situation could be handled better. The goal, to teach educators about their campus's climate of diversity and provide them with tools to make all students feel welcome.
Ramadan, an important Muslim holiday, started on Sunday night and continues for a month. NNN's Syra Singh went to learn how the Northwestern community is celebrating.
Ramadan is the holiest time for Muslims all across the country, all across the world. The point isn't about abstaining from water and food. The point is practicing patience. It's a month for us to basically start off blank again and build back our spirituality with God.
Ramadan officially started on Sunday. To mark the first breaking of fast, otherwise called an iftar, the Muslim Cultural Students Association hosted a community iftar last night, in which the entire Northwestern community was invited to celebrate the start of this sacred month.
I thought it was a hit. I am so excited that so many non-Muslims came. I think it just shows how they're eager to learn about Islam and about this really important holiday to us.
However, the iftar was not just a one-time event. Iftars happen every night of Ramadan. Many students find them super valuable because they provide a support system for fasting Muslims as they deal with exhaustion and fatigue while trying to manage their academics.
Overall, it's been a very nice experience because even though we're not at home and breaking our fast with family, we are breaking fast with a community of people that you've really grown close to.
Part of the reason why May considers the community to be so strong is that Muslims can support each other over the wide variety of experiences they've had at Northwestern.
I've heard stories of my friends getting flicked off on Sheridan Road because someone looked them in the eye and probably saw that they were visibly Muslim and didn't like that.
However, certain students, like Huma for example, have had overwhelmingly positive experiences as a Muslim on this campus.
I wholeheartedly feel welcomed here. I feel respected here. I feel heard here. So I have felt very proud to be a Muslim on this campus.
Syra Singh, Northwestern News Network.
Thanks, Syra. Yom HaShoah is Holocaust Remembrance Day in the Hebrew calendar. Last week, Jewish fraternity AEPI and B'nai B'rith International allowed students to honor those who perished during the annual Walk to Remember. NNN's Joey Safchik tells us why this year was different.
This week, we've seen a shooting at a synagogue and a Jewish author's book reading interrupted by a group of white nationalists. And today, of all days, is Yom HaShoah, or Holocaust Remembrance Day. That's why members of Northwestern's Jewish community and the community at large are here in the spirit of remembrance and moving forward with love. The Kaddish, the Jewish prayer for mourning. This year, the community not only mourning the 6 million Jews lost during the Holocaust, but the 11 American Jews killed in Pittsburgh in October, and Lori Kay, the Jewish woman murdered in California last week, lighting 7 candles instead of 6.
There felt an added intensity given just the rising level of hate, intolerance, violence directed against Jews, anti-Semitic attacks, but also directed against peoples of faith and really innocent victims around the world.
About 100 people, including University President Morton Shapiro, marched through campus.
Human beings marched into ovens. It was never supposed to be like this.
Speakers from Jewish leaders at Northwestern to students from interfaith organizations, and plenty of silence. According to the Anti-Defamation League, 2018 saw 1,879 attacks against Jews and Jewish organizations in the U.S. That's the 3rd highest year since the 1970s.
6 million people shouldn't have died at all. All of this is not normal, and of course the shootings that are going on are normal. Shouldn't have happened in any sort of just world.
Acknowledging that we must never forget the darkness in the world.
With each act of inexplicable evil, there's this return of inexplicable good.
And encouraging young people to be the light. Joey Safchik, Northwestern News Network.
According to a report released by the Cantor Center at Tel Aviv University, there were 238 incidents targeting Jewish students on 118 college campuses across the U.S. in 2018.
Coming up, how one Evanston initiative is building bridges by serving soup and their community.
And a royal wild kit is born. We talked to some wild cats about what they would like Prince Harry and Meghan Markle to name the newest member of the royal family.
And is the summer weather starting to kick in? Find out after the break in this week's 5-day weather forecast.
At Northwestern, we're wildcats in every way.
Northwestern break right through that. With our colors flying, we will cheer you all the go. Go you Northwestern, fight for victory, sweet victory, for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game. Go Cats!
At Northwestern University, we are pioneering innovation and achieving excellence across every imaginable discipline. At Northwestern University, the possibilities are endless.
Following recent acts of violence on places of worship, we caught up with an Evanston initiative emphasizing interfaith collaboration. NNN's Megan Leibowitz went to learn how volunteers at Interfaith Action of Evanston are serving meals and uniting their community.
Soup, service, and society. For Paula Ketchum, Sundays mean getting in touch with Evanstonians.
I have relationships with people in the community I would never meet or know.
For about 15 years, Ketchum has volunteered with Interfaith Action of Evanston. Interfaith Action serves the hungry and homeless while also promoting interfaith dialogue and social justice. It's made up of churches, synagogues, and other serving organizations.
We live in a world where there's intolerance and a lack of understanding, and at the same time there is, real commonality in our faith traditions.
These serving organizations take turns hosting one meal every day. On Sunday, Ketchum expected to greet anywhere from 60 to 95 guests.
We couldn't do this on our own, so it gives us a way to serve the community in partnership with our brothers and sisters in other faith communities.
People help out at the soup kitchen on a volunteer basis, which Paula Ketchum says is a no-brainer.
Alone we're small and we can't do very much, but together we can really make a big impact.
Interested in getting involved? Interfaith Action accepts volunteers.
If people are coming in, that means it's working, and then I guess they're not as hungry, and then they could put their money in other places, which lets them get on their feet quicker, I guess, in a way.
Interfaith Action, fighting food insecurity one meal at a time. Megan Leibowitz, Northwestern News Network.
Interfaith Action also runs overnight emergency cold shelters, hospitality centers, which help guests with career services, and the Produce Mobile, which recently opened a second location.
It's not just here in Evanston people struggle to find meals. A new report found that almost half of community college and public university students experienced food insecurity within the past 30 days. In the study, students reported skipping breakfast most days or taking naps to avoid meals. We'll look more closely at food insecurity in Evanston later this month in our first ever morning show, Sunday, May 26th.
Northwestern's branch of Relay for Life was out in front of Tech and the Rock Monday, raising money for a sweet cause. The group partnered with local bakery Nothing Bundt Cakes to sell students individual bundt cakes for $5 to $6. All proceeds went to the American Cancer Society, which helps lead the fight against cancer.
They not only provide funding for research, but also help caregivers provide care for cancer survivors and cancer patients.
The event is part of Relay for Life's Cancer Sucks Week, which will culminate Friday in a caregiver and survivor walk at the Henry Crown Recreation Center. Hopefully you already knew this, but Sunday is Mother's Day. If your mom or other parental figure is coming into town for the occasion, lots of local businesses are offering specials. Sign up for a free workout class for 2 at the Barcode, head on over to the Celtic Knot for afternoon tea, or check out Capital for an 80s and 90s themed brunch featuring $1 mimosas. And a special shout out to my mom who is watching live from Ann Arbor. I cannot see you this weekend, but I did send you a sweet treat in the mail.
And a shout out to my mom this week isn't just Mother's Day, but it's also her birthday, so I'm sending double the love to you tonight, Mom. Love you. Northwestern alum and Duchess of Sussex Meghan Markle gave birth to a healthy baby boy yesterday. The youngest royal is 7th in line for the throne. No word yet on a name.
We wanted to know what Meghan's fellow Wildcats want the new Wild Kit to be named.
So we asked NNN staff in this week's studio edition of Rock Talk.
Charlie Rode here in the studio. I'm here asking the crew of Northwestern News Report what their thoughts are on what the royal baby's name should be.
Rock Talk.
So Virginia, what would you name the royal baby?
Spencer.
What do you think, if not Spencer, what do you think the royal family will name their baby?
Something boring like Richard.
Willie, and then middle name in quotes, Meghan Markle, comma, NU alum, end quote, whatever the last name of the royal family is.
So I don't really have a name picked out. I'm like a really big fan of a lot of different names, and I don't think that the royal baby should be confined to just the tradition. However, my main idea for this royal baby is that it's officially named like the Duke or possibly King of Evanston.
I don't know that you can have 2 Williams. I don't know what the rules are for this game.
I feel like the royal family could object. I mean, we had 8 Louis in France. Meredith, Queen of House Sonnefeld, mother of Catnip. What would you name the royal family?
You know, I'm really glad you asked. I would name the royal baby Arya Stark. That's the full first name. And then whatever the last name of the royal family is, would be the baby's last name.
I think it'd be really great if Meghan Markle kept up with her Purple Pride. So I think that she should name the baby Evan, but it's short for Evanston.
Charlie, what would you name the royal baby?
Baby McBabyface. Hands down, 100%.
Rock Talk.
If you have an idea for a future Rock Talk topic, tweet at us at @NNN_news. Now let's head over to Tiffany Shu in the studio with a look at this week's 5-day weather forecast.
Thanks, guys. May has been off to a wet start, but we did see some gorgeous weather over the weekend. Here you can see people out and about at Fountain Plaza downtown, soaking in the sunshine and warm temps. A far cry from what campus looked like just a few days earlier. This was the scene for much of last week, rainy, cold, and yucky. Those rainstorms will continue into this week, but if we're lucky, it will end on a sunny note. Here's a look at the rock cam earlier today. You can see a little bit of sunshine. It was still actually a little chilly today, but at least no one needed an umbrella. The next few days will probably look more or less like today. Let's dive into your 5-day weather forecast. Be prepared for more rainstorms tomorrow with a high of 50 and a low of 49. The rain continues with thunderstorms on Thursday, but we will have slightly higher temperatures, a high of 61 and a low of 41. The sun might finally be making an appearance this weekend though, so be sure to head outside to soak up some vitamin D. Friday will have partly cloudy skies and a high of 51 and a low of 44. Saturday will be a high of 56 and a low of 45 with similar partly cloudy weather as Friday, and continuing into Sunday, which has a high of 59 and a low of 46. Though it may seem like summer is just around the corner, sporadic storms are expected again next week, with summer weather feeling as far away as the end of the quarter. I'm Tiffany Shu, and this has been your 5-day weather forecast. We'll be right back.
At Northwestern, we're Wildcats in every way.
Northwestern break right through that. With our colors flying, we will cheer you all to go. Go you Northwestern, fight for victory, sweet victory, for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game. Go Cats!
At Northwestern University, we are pioneering innovation and achieving excellence across every imaginable discipline. At Northwestern University, the possibilities are endless.
It was a big weekend for Wildcat Sports Nation. On Sunday, the NU women's lacrosse team won their first ever Big Ten championship.
That's right, the team was 14-4 this season, on an upswing since their 11-10 2016 season. In the championship, the Cats, ranked 5th, beat the Maryland Terrapins, ranked 1st. The score was 16-11. The Cats will face either Stanford or Notre Dame in the second round of the NCAA tournament Sunday afternoon at home.
That'll definitely be a very exciting game. I can't wait to watch it. Northwestern football got some rare off-season airtime this week, as it was implicated in the unfolding NCAA basketball bribery scandal. Christian Dawkins allegedly manipulated basketball prospects, bribing them to accept offers that helped his sports management company. An informant testified that between 2000 and 2014, Dawkins also paid football players from 7 schools, including Northwestern. Northwestern released a statement saying, quote, "Northwestern University is not aware of any misconduct related to this report. However, we take any allegations seriously and actively investigate."
Northwestern will be heading into its 2019 football season with a strong recruiting class. The 2019 recruiting class has 19 signed players and includes 3 three-star players. One recruit grabbed headlines when he signed with NU. Jensen Hooper Price of St. John's High School in Houston, Texas, received offers from 21 schools, including Notre Dame, Michigan State, Tennessee, and Nebraska. The wide receiver is ranked 229th in ESPN's 300-level recruiting player rankings.
This year, Northwestern leads the Big Ten in Academic Progress Rate Public Recognition Awards. The awards, given by the NCAA and announced Wednesday, measure the academic performance of a varsity team's athletes and reward schools' commitments to academically successful student athletes. In total, 13 Wildcat teams received the award, the most awarded to any school in the Big Ten and the second most in all Power 5 schools.
That's it for sports. Up next, Chicago isn't too rough for local pups. Keep watching with dogged determination to find out why.
At Northwestern, we're Wildcats in every way.
Northwestern, break right through that. With our colors flying, we will cheer you all to go. Go you Northwestern, fight for victory, sweet victory, for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game. Go Cats!
At Northwestern University, we are pioneering innovation and achieving excellence across every imaginable discipline. At Northwestern University, the possibilities are endless.
Finally tonight, if you thought Chicago was a dog-friendly city, you're not barking up the wrong tree. ChicagoNow.com partnered with Redfin, a real estate brokerage, to rank Chicago as the second most dog-friendly city in 2019. The company's compiled statistics from over 14,000 cities across America. These include highest counts of dog walks, dog walkers, and dog sitters. Despite being ranked second on Chicago Now's list, the city of Chicago actually shares the same stats as the first place winner, Seattle, Washington, with 4% of homes for sale mentioning the word dog and a walk score of 78. I know that certainly has me missing my dog.
I could really use my wiener dog on campus now. That is all the time we have for tonight. I'm Alexa McHale.
And I'm Bryce Wilcoxon. For all of us here at NNN, good night and thanks for watching.